Hey everybody, so we're going to go way back to last year and the year before, figure out how do I multiply a monomial times a polynomial. Really, it's just the distributive property. So take a guess right here and just write it down on your whiteboard, see what you think. Remember that the h has to multiply here and there. So when I do this, I get h squared plus 4h. Did you get it? Hop over to number 3. I'm actually going to just put it out in a little bit different form just so you can kind of see what's happening. See this 9a? Well, that 9a is multiplying by both this 1a. If you're like, why is it 1a? I can always put a 1 there. And then the plus 1. So what happens when I do the 9a times 1a? Well, 1 times 9 is 9, and a times a squared. When you're multiplying up here, so if you have the same base, when you're multiplying, you add up the exponents. So whatever they are, you just add them up. So this, a to the first times a to the first, a squared. Then, what happens right here? I take 1 times 9a, gives me plus 9a. So now you can't put that together anymore, so just your solution to that is 9a squared plus 9a. Now it seems a little bit wonky to have letters in your solution, but welcome to algebra. It's really what's going to happen all year. Let's try this one. Why don't you just push pause and try that one real quick on your own? What do you think it is? Well, negative 4g squared times 2g gives me negative 8. And just a quick thought, g squared is g times g. And then times 1 more g gives me g to the third power. Then I do negative 4g squared plus 7. Negative 4 times 7, negative 28. And g squared. So those are super nice. You guys have been doing that for a long time. Let's see if we can find, what are we going to do here? Well, I can do it. Let's try this one right here. Okay. So, I'm going to multiply that right there. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. X times x squared. Basically what's happening here is you have an x times x and another one gives you x to the third. What do I do with the y? I just put it onto the end. Plus. Now let's go here. 3xy times xy. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. X times x is x to the second power. Y times y to the second power. So literally you just do it piece by piece. Then last, this one's got to go there. So 3 times 1 plus 3. Are there any x's here? Nope. So I just take that original x. And y times y squared, y to the third. Okay, that looks really wonky, but that is your solution. And so again, things are going to look wonky, and that's totally fine. Holy macaroni, what does this one say? Let's try this one. Okay. So, I'm going to first take this and multiply it here. When I do that, basically what can happen, I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting. See this negative 4? That multiplies by the 9. So, negative 4 times 9 gives me negative 36. Right, then I'm going to go in and take this c to the third. What does that multiply by? The c squared. Do you know what those give you when you put them together? It's c to the something, but do you remember c to the what? C to the fifth. How come? Well, this c to the third means c times c times c, then times another c squared gives me c to the fifth power. Now let's see, next we're going to go to the d's. So do you see how I'm just doing it a little piece at a time? So I've got d squared times d squared. Well, d squared times d squared gives me d to the 4th. Okay, but now I'm not done. Now I've got to do this to this one. All right, so let's go back to highlighting. Highlighters are, like, in my opinion, the most brilliant thing ever. Okay, so now I've got -4 times -4. Well, what happens when you do negative times negative? Yeah, you get a positive. So -4 times -4 is positive 16. Now I'm going to go in and get this c. That's c to the what? Yeah, good. So it was c to the 3rd, 1, 2, 3, times, that's just c to the 1st, which gives me c to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th power. And last but not least, d squared times d to the 5th. Oh, what do you think? D to the 7th. If you're like, how did that happen? Well, d squared is d times d. Then if you multiply it by d to the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, I ran out of room. That's to the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th power. And this is your solution. To which you say, there's letters everywhere. I know, and it's okay. We're working through a process, and it's a beautiful thing. All right, let's do one more. Oh my gosh, look at these. What in the world is going on? Let's pick an easier. Ooh, that wasn't easier. When I go through, basically what is going to happen here is you're going to have like a whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to challenge, you don't have to do this, but if you want to challenge, pause the video, try it. All right, there it is. So I got 2x to the 4th plus 12x to the 3rd minus 12x. See if you can figure that out. Then just plus 4x to the 3rd. Then minus. This minus has to distribute through to everything. So minus 5x to the 4th minus 10x. Then I highlighted. I took my x to the 4th, so I can put those together. Negative 7x to the 4th. Took my x to the 3rd, so I can put those together. 16x to the 3rd. Then I put my blues together. Negative 22x's, if you got that. Awesome! That would be like a level 4 question, and my heart would be super duper happy that you got it.